Hello and welcome to Spring Commander Forge Alliance. This is the IMBA Cup 2. Got 3 more pizza here in round 1. This one we got Nefarious and Mag Machine, both playing Seraphim. Seems like after the first few games people aren't doing anything crazy, just going with Seraphim. Second air, after 6 P-Gens here from Mag, looks like he's neglecting Mask Extractors completely with his ACU. See how that second air works out. And of course Nefarious, still curious who he is. And he's going with the first bomber, so that's definitely the most aggressive build, very popular especially with Seraphim. The Seraphim bomber, extremely good weapon here, because it's going to come out 1 minute 1 second and fly over and try to kill things. Of course there's 2 more games that have already been played. Actually all the round 2 matchups are already known, and it's round 2 is going to be played on Theta 2. And actually I haven't seen that map much at all, but if it's anything like Theta, it's going to be excellent. I believe it's a little bigger, but it'll be an all-land battle, very different from what we're seeing here. Here comes the bomber, Nefarious. Excellent bombing technique there. I mean, it's great micro. Just dropping bombs everywhere. Survives with 6 health with 2 kills. That's huge 6 health right there. Means Nefarious still has radar, can prevent any is that an engineer? I think it may have been 2 flaks that he killed. But this bomber is going to be very bad for Mag, who's going to try to expand to one of these pizza slices on the side. Now interceptors for Nefarious. He looks like he's paused his air factory. No engineers. His Seraphim factory is actually the best producing engineers in terms of how quickly he does it. It looks like Nefarious is just going to do it with his land factory, going second land. It's going to be actually third land, 2 land factories and an air factory. And not too much expansion from either player. Now zooming in, we're seeing Nefarious going after the Mask Extractor, going to get a radar here in the corner. Massive rocks here, that's where I've seen a lot of players go. Looks like Nefarious is just going to pass it up and make a land factory on one of the slices. One thing to note, if the ACUs decide to use, the players decide to use their ACUs to do the expanding, and that's exactly what we're seeing Mag doing. We've seen that could be dangerous if your central pizza slice gets focused on by a whole bunch of drops, and already ACU extremely good weapon for killing Tech 1 drops. So if Mag walks away and Nefarious sees this, he might just attack the central island. Of course, expanding with the ACU gives you the advantage that you can't just be bombed. Like on this side, this engineer is very vulnerable. As soon as he gets that factory though, it should be a nice foothold. Maybe a bit of an air fight. Definitely numbers for Nefarious. Elsewhere, it looks like Mag Machine putting interceptors everywhere. So in all these pizza games, this early going, it's all about your air Tech 1 air technique. And Nefarious here, excellent. Takes out an expanding engineer. See Mag Machine here picking up a few rocks. See when people actually go into Navy, it's not really that critical. Yeah, we're now seeing Nefarious going over. He's going to really put a lot of factories here with his ACU. So both players going over to the slice to the right. Perhaps eventually we might see an ACU and ACU battle. I don't think we've seen one in this round 1 yet. Of course, still a long way to go. Looking at the base here for Nefarious, a lot of teching. This is a lot of teching from Nefarious. He's already working on his 4th T2 Mask Extractor. Now we see a drop. Plenty of power spam. Actually, not too much interceptors versus other games here. This is already minute 7. Much less interceptors from both players, and Nefarious still has air control. Looks like it's going to be a drop. First send in the planes for scouting. So better place to drop. Looks like it's just engineers. Some arty here from Mag. Might be a dangerous position to make this drop for Nefarious. He probably should switch that up. See Nefarious establishing a pretty big land construction there. Very similar from Mag here. A successful drop, and it doesn't look like it's been seen. We got radar plus multiple factories, some point defenses, and another drop now from this one is from Mag, but many more engineers for Nefarious. These engineers are a little bit of trouble. Of course, now artillery for Mag comes in. Artillery, the best weapon against drops. kills things very quickly. You see a long stream of arty go into the slice. And a few raiding arty here as well from Mag. So assuming Mag takes care of this problem here from that early drop, looks like the map will be split evenly here at minute 10. In terms of teching, definitely a lot more for Nefarious. The score is still turned on. You can see a big difference, and it's all in these T2 mask extractors. Still tech 1, it looks like Nefarious has really turned up the build capacity on his air factories. A lot of T1 bombers, a lot of interceptors. Still got drops. And he is doing a lot of bombing here at 3 kills. Nefarious, excellent bomber, so whoever he is, he's definitely good at what he does. See, this is 4 land factories here for Nefarious, mostly engineers who are some arty as well. And both players here with artillery completely amphibious. Pretty big force here from Mag. This could cause trouble for Nefarious. He might even try switching to just tanks to do defense, because he's definitely outnumbered. One big difference, way more interceptors for Nefarious than Mag, but Mag has gone tech 2. He needs to put a lot more engineers around these factories. You see the difference. Actually tech 2 for Nefarious as well, and he's excellent at teching, not getting this tech 2 power extremely fast. You see all these interceptors, all those engineers, the build capacity, a huge difference between these two players. And of course these are tech 1 mask extractors, so in terms of macro, huge difference. Looks like successful defense here by Nefarious. It's a bit surprising now. It looks like Mag is going to just float directly to the middle slice. At least that's what it seems like. So one big difference, when Pebble did this, when he was just floating arty and was attacking Koher, he had 4 factories right here, so the arty didn't have to walk nearly as much. You can see these factories in the back save a lot of time by building factories closer to the target. See some more raids here on the bottom from Mag. ACU for Mag just hanging out. It's actually a tech 2 ACU. And I did see some gunships flying around, more tech 2 power spam. Where did the gunships go? Here they are, the gunships from Nefarious. And tech 2 gunships, a great counter to any kind of floating artillery. Also tech 2, we got some floating tanks plus some flak. This unit, the most useful unit perhaps on this map, besides the gunships and flak. You can see not much hope, perfect counter to what Mag is doing, and Mag has no eco. And this is going to be a pretty big air fight. Looks like Mag actually got himself quite a bit of interceptors. If he can win air, which he just might in this situation, be very close. But more air coming in now for Nefarious. And Nefarious should get this back, but a very even battle. The gunships much more health, so if interceptors are shooting the gunships, it's going to take him a long time, allowing Nefarious gunships to take care of the problem. One thing that Mag could do in the situation, together with all his floating artillery, is make some T2 flak. That's exactly what Nefarious has. So for Nefarious, no mistakes whatsoever. He's doing the simple things, but he's doing them very well. A lot of eco. The most obvious units, gunships, flak, some floating arty. He's doing raiding. Looking at Mag's forces, they're a little deficient in terms of what they can do. You see a lot of tanks here. They're not really floating. They're very defensive. See Mag here actually deciding to make T2 power on an expansion slice. Pretty nice air spam from Mag, but not as good as Nefarious. Obviously, as we've seen Nefarious win this air battle, and now with air control, Nefarious using his gunships should be able to make this game out of reach, if it's not out of reach yet for Mag. So Mag, of course, came into this tourney through the selectionals, played extremely well, went 3 wins, 1 draw. Of course, Nefarious went through the selectionals and was undefeated. And you can see this air spam going tech 3. All this T2 power plus power storage here. And once Nefarious is at tech 3, it's basically game over for Mag. Mag's still working on some gunships, got plenty of interceptors, but Strat Bomber is so much faster than anything that Mag has. He can just pick off any units that he wants. You can see here, this would be a great target, but nice move from Mag, putting a shield around those T2 powers, which really makes bombing them much more difficult, obviously. Interesting placement on these tanks, not clear why Nefarious is putting tanks there. Absolutely no navy so far from either player. Here comes a multiple drop, 2 T1 transports. That's a total of 17 units. See some defense here from Mag. Looks like he was able to put out the fire by his missing a few mass extractors. Haven't seen too many T2 mass extractors at all from Mag. He's got a couple now, but way less than Nefarious. I mean, look at this. Just looking at Nefarious Eco here, plus 100 something. Pretty good power. And you can see all those. Those are all Tech 2. That's way more than what Mag has. Some gunships now from Mag. Running into some flak. And let's see what is Mag thinking here. He's going to take out a couple of gunships. We have Nefarious here under a shield, relatively safe. Plenty of T2 flak. You're not going to get this player with air at this point. And gunships versus T2 flak. This is the value of T2 flak. You don't want to attack them with your gunships. Not very cost efficient. Maybe another air fight. Now we see the ASF so much faster, and the speed on a map like this is so important. It's looks like numbers for Nefarious is just a slaughter. This would be a good place to send some engineers. So much dead. So many dead planes. This has been a constant flow of units from Mag, but basically as soon as they get anywhere near Nefarious units, they get taken out by gunships. Now once again, air control firmly in Nefarious hands here, minute 22. I would expect some something from Nefarious. That'll be game ending. He's going for Tech 3 power. Still working on his eco, just making ASF, playing extremely safe. Just playing defense. He's not really attacking. Now, to Mag's credit, he's been trying to be the more aggressive player, but really hasn't been able to cause too much problems. And besides Nefarious attacking this pizza slice, he hasn't really done much at all. Just made gunships and teched up. Perhaps this will be a nice attack here from Mag. A wall being constructed by Nefarious won't be finished. See the response here. Plenty of units for defense for Nefarious. More floating RD now for Mag, and an attack or counter here from Nefarious. Looks like a retreat from Mag. You can see here Mag relatively undefended. Looks like he did get some upgrades. He's got a lot of health on that ACU. Not clear what that upgrade is. It's not Tech 3. Perhaps it is Tech 3 actually. Then it looks like it has been fixed since 3599. Let's see these gunships. So many kills. 14 for one. Something like 13 for the other. This will be a massive drop now for Nefarious. 5 T1 drops. Got 35 T1 flak or T1 artillery. No matter where he puts it, it's going to be a lot of trouble. You got here T2 versus T1. Easy win for Nefarious. Still just playing defense. And here's some nice raiding from Nefarious with floating arty. See the scout going ahead of these transports. Some gunships here for Mag, which could be a pretty good defense against these. And one thing I haven't seen on Pizza at all yet is people dropping in here on the crust, and you can actually put some stealth and make missile launchers. Be a really nice stealth base, but have not seen that in any of the rounds. Of course, 2 more games after this. Perhaps we'll see it. Whole bunch of Tech 1 bombers now coming in. This looks more of a distraction for this drop from Nefarious. You can see quite a bit of ASF from Mag, so he's definitely capable of shooting down units, but now you can see the ASF busy killing Tech 1 bombers, but missing the main threat. You're going to see 35 artillery. Looks like it's only 28. Coming in, some of those transports were empty, and this could cause some trouble. We see some T2 power here. Actually a drop being planned for Mag, but you can see Nefarious is just a little faster. T3 power for Mag, so Mag catching up a bit with in terms of power, but still working on Tech 1 mass extractors, which is going to really make it very difficult to make anything. And here you can see nice attacks from Nefarious. Looks like Mag was completely caught unaware. Splits it into multiple pieces. That's always great to do, causing all kinds of problems here. And a really well executed drop. Gunships for Mag coming back, try to put out the fire, but a lot of this build capacity is now lost for Mag. He's even in a deeper hole now. Some Tech 2 transports now for Nefarious. Looks like he's going to hit this slice. This is just easy play. You can see how easy it is for Nefarious. He hasn't really struggled at all in terms of anything now working on chicken. Got a couple T3 powers. Be curious to see Nefarious against some other players. I mean, we've seen the pre-IMBA Cup game between him and Lucian. Even though he lost, he played extremely well. That was a cast by Guile, in case people are interested. Pretty nice Air Force now for Mag, and some gunships coming in as well. This is that Tech 2 drop, causing all kinds of problems, although these losses for Mag are not that critical. It's just Tech 1 mass extractors. No response from Nefarious. He's just going to allow those RD to be killed. Well, actually no, now he responds, and this could be trouble for Mag. He is in danger of losing all of his air. Here's another drop now for Nefarious. And here's that fight. You can see the gunships falling out of the sky. Big numbers for Nefarious. This is a successful drop, actually going after the Tech 3 power. Very ambitious drop, but it has worked. And if that drop takes out the T3 power, that's going to be ridiculous. It appears that it's actually going to take out both. Oh, not quite. Well, it was very close. Extremely powerful drop there from Nefarious as he just completely took over air. Now you see a chicken here, minute 32 coming out. Really a bit of an overkill perhaps at this point. Actually a chicken now for Mag, so T3 ACU on the water. Pulls off a chicken. If that sneaks up on Nefarious, it could make this game interesting. Of course, with this much air and a chicken of his own, Nefarious should be in pretty good shape. And of course, Nefarious here making some flak, T3 flak. Love to see this chicken go after the ACU. I would make it extremely interesting, because he can just come out of the water, walk in, chase him down, and kill him. Some factories. This is the first naval factory we've seen all game. And here comes the first aerial assault. Some T3 bombers coming in. Probably going to finish off that T3 power. Excellent bombing. Tech 2 power, Tech 3 power, and Mag realizes he's screwed. He's just going to call it a game. He's still got a couple T2 powers. And perhaps this is a trick from Mag calling it GG a little early. But he made a mistake having his chicken come out of the water, and perhaps he was getting hit by torpedo bombers anyway. And you can see Nefarious pulling his chicken back to his ACU and actually making a second chicken. So Nefarious did see the chicken from Mag and made proper defensive adjustments, and now Mag just calls it a good game. Basically getting demolished here. Nefarious is playing extremely well.